Since the beginning, women just like us have experienced the life passage we call menopause. Just as entering puberty and beginning menstruation is an acceptable and anticipated event, so is our physical process of ending our reproductive years. Native American cultures honor this stage of life, calling those who have completed their last moon cycle women of wisdom, a position of honor and respect. The predominant view in our society today would have us believe that menopause signals the end of our beauty, our usefulness, and our sexuality. I don't buy it. In fact, there is no scientific evidence that proves that physical, mental, and emotional degeneration are the result of menopause. With menopause, our energies are liberated from the ups and downs of hormonal cycles. We can become more focused, more creative, and more attractive. We've experienced life and created children and careers. We've paid our dues, and now we can proudly claim our position as women of wisdom. In this class, we'll learn how we can ease our transition naturally into this new stage of our lives by bringing together the ancient attitude of honoring ourselves as the elder women and by balancing and rejuvenating ourselves through the ageless art of yoga. We can embrace menopause and live more fully than ever with renewed vitality, inner peace, and power. So join us and experience the soothing, balancing, and rejuvenating benefits of this simple and effective yoga class, especially designed to ease the process of menopause. Breath is life force energy. Prana is where your energy comes from within your body. And breathing deeply during your yoga practice is what gives you that sense of peace and power within yourself. It also cleanses your body, relaxes you, and gives you something to listen to while you're doing your yoga practice so that you can consciously allow your body to move from one pose into the next. The kind of breath that's used in yoga is called Ujjayi, which means the breath victorious, and it sounds like this. So in order to learn to breathe like that, fog a mirror. So go and then inhale using the same breath. Like surprise. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale again. Good. And then close your lips and make that same sound coming from the back of your throat, from the soft palate. Good. 3 or 4 deep breaths. Good. Now bring your right hand over your heart and your left hand right in front of the arc of your rib cage, and take another deep breath. Inhaling, feeling your breastbone lift and your ribs move away from each other and your diaphragm drops. And then exhaling deeply, feel your rib cage contract, your diaphragm lift, and your breastbone drop. And a couple of deep breaths, consciously breathing. Ujjayi breath, conscious. Good. Close your eyes for a moment, go inside, and see where your breath goes. Long, deep breathing. So inhaling deeply, imagining a ribbon coming down into your lungs, and exhaling the complete ribbon all the way out. So throughout the practice, focus on the rhythm of your breath. Your body and your breath will move together. Come to the front of your mat. Bring the balls of your feet together, your heels slightly apart, and bring your hands into prayer position. Thumbs resting over your heart. Take a deep breath. Good. And bring your arms out to the side and overhead. Lift up. Lift out of your waist. Forehead lifting toward the ceiling. And turn your hands to face outward. Spread your fingers wide apart. Press out under the heel of your hands and lower your arms. Good. And again, inhaling, arms overhead. Lift. Good. Turn your palm to face outward on your left hand and lower your arm. Bring your right hand overhead and inhaling, reach up. Lengthen the whole right side of your body. And exhaling, arch over to the left. And as you inhale, lift the right side of your rib cage. Exhale, reach for the corner of the ceiling and the wall. Good. Inhaling, come back to center. Turn your hand to face outward and exhaling, lower your arm. Good. Inhaling, bring your left arm overhead. Reach up. Long stretch from the sole of your foot out through your fingertips. Deep breath and exhaling to the right. Sliding your right hand down your thigh. Good. Inhaling, lift the left side of your rib cage. Reach. And next inhalation, come back to center. Exhaling, turn the palm of your hand outward and lower your arm. Good. Inhaling, bring your shoulders up around your ears. Roll them back. Press your shoulder blades together and down. And again, shoulders up. Roll them back and down. And right shoulder up. Roll it back, down. Inhaling, left shoulder up, back, and down. Good. And again, inhaling, arms overhead. Press the air with your palms. And interlace your fingers. Press your palms toward the ceiling. Reach, lengthen your waist. Long stretch up the front of your body, creating space. And exhaling, bring your hands down behind the back of your head. Press your shoulders back, press your elbows back, and lift your heart. Keep your tail tucked down, your tummy flat, and exhaling, tuck your chin in and bring your head forward. Inhaling, open up your elbows, lift your heart. Good. And exhaling again, elbows forward. Good. Feeling the stretch on the back of your neck. One more time. Lift, elbows back. Exhaling, tuck your chin in and feel the stretch down between your shoulder blades. And come back to center. Good. Inhaling again, raise your arms overhead, lift, and exhaling, lower your arms, bring them around behind you, interlace your fingers, and press your knuckles down toward the floor, bringing your shoulder blades together. Good. Deep breathing, inhaling, lifting, and exhaling, pressing your knuckles toward the floor. Open up your chest, open up your heart. Good. Let your hands rest on your spine and gently come forward. Reach out under your chin, keeping your back flat. Keep pressing back through your knuckles. Keep breathing. Long, deep breath. And then come as far forward as you comfortably can, feeling the stretch in your hamstrings. Chin out in front of you. Start lifting your arms over the back of your head. And gently come all the way down. Keep your breath going. And only go as far as you comfortably can, and then relax into the pose. Good, inhaling, let your fists bring you up. Slowly come back up to standing. Let your hands rest against your back. Lift your chest, bring your shoulders back behind you, and lift your chest toward the ceiling. Forehead lifting too. So keep arching, keep breathing. Extend your energy right up through the soles of your feet, all the way up through your body and out through your heart toward the ceiling. And release. Good. And again. Inhaling, arms overhead. Exhaling, arms out to the side, shoulder height, or out in front of you, and come all the way down. Let your head hang, let your shoulders be relaxed, and breathe. Feel the stretch in your hamstrings and down your spine. Let your head go. And gently step your feet back behind you. Come into a down dog, an upside down V. Pressing the floor away from you with your hands. Fingers spread wide apart. Dropping your heels down toward the floor. Deep breathing. Good, and bring your knees to the floor. Bring your elbows back alongside your rib cage. Keep your butt up in the air. And exhaling, bring your chest down toward the floor. Inhaling, bring your pubic bone down and sweep up. Good, deep breathing, shoulders back. Long deep breath. Exhaling, turn your toes under and stretch back into the down dog. Good, and inhaling, turn your left foot at a 45-degree angle. Bring your right foot forward between your hands, front leg bent, and sweep your arms overhead, forward-facing hero pose. Deep breath, keep the weight on the outside edge of your back foot. Keep lifting, lengthening your abdomen. And breathe. Keep your breath going. Good, and bring your arms out to the side. Front hand over your front knee. Back hand over your back ankle. And breathe. Long deep breath. Bring your right hand down to the inside of your right foot. Drop your back hip down and reach out over the crown of your head toward the center of the room. You can either look down at your foot or look up at the ceiling. Deep breathing. Keep breathing deeply through each pose. Let your breath move your body. Good. And bring your arm back up toward the ceiling. Straighten your front leg. Come into a triangle pose. Keep reaching out through the crown of your head, back through your tailbone. Breathe. Keep your breath going. Good, and bring your left hand down to the inside of your foot. One hand on each side of your foot. Stretch forward over your front leg. And if you can't go to this level of the pose, you can rest your hands on your shin. Just go to wherever it's comfortable for you. And breathe. And release all the way forward as far as you can comfortably go. Long deep breath. Good. And then press your hands into the floor. Bring your feet together behind you. Come back into the down dog. And you can either rest in the down dog or rock your weight forward onto your hands. Come into a plank position and exhaling into a push-up. Inhaling, sweep forward and lift. Tops of your feet on the floor, shoulders down. Exhaling back into the down dog. Good, deep breathing. And other side, inhaling, bring your left foot forward between your hands. Right foot falls to an angle behind you. Front knee bent and come up into a hero. Breathe. Keep your breath going. Long stretch on the front of your body. Good, and open the pose up to the side. Deep breathing. Look out over your front hand. Be a hero. And bring your left hand down to the inside of your foot. Drop your back hip slightly and reach, long stretch. Fingertips pointing toward the center of the room. Deep breathing. Keep your breath strong and even. Long stretch and sweep your arm around, straighten your front leg, come into a triangle pose. Long deep breath. Good, and exhaling, bring your hand down, stretch out over your front foot, back flat and at the beginning, keep reaching, and exhaling all the way down. Keep your breath going. Good. Press your hands into the floor and step your feet together behind you again. And you can either stay in the down dog or again, rock forward onto your hands, come into a plank position. Exhaling, push up. Inhaling, sweep forward into the up dog. Toes on the floor, chest lifted. Good. And exhaling, down dog. Couple of long, deep breaths, dropping your heels, pressing the floor away from you, stretching under your arms. Head relaxed, neck relaxed. Good, and bring your knees to the floor. Bring your hands directly under your shoulders and your knees directly under your hips. And take a deep breath. Lift through the crown of your head. Lift your tailbone. Drop your heart down between your arms. And exhaling, sweep up, arch your back, cat stretches. Lift through your spine, lift your belly button toward your spine. And inhaling, come forward again, lift through the crown of your head. Exhaling back, roll your spine. See how much movement you can create. Massaging all your organs, squeezing out toxins. Deep breathing. Good, and come back to center. Come up on your knees. Knees hip width. Good, and bring your hands around behind you, supporting your back. Bring your shoulder blades together. Lift your chest. Deep breath. And gently begin to lift your heart toward the ceiling, keeping your buttocks rolling toward each other, keeping your back flat. A lot of strength in your thighs and your buttocks. Good, and turn your toes under behind you. And then reach back and take a hold of your ankles. Keep your thighs moving forward. Chin on your chest. Deep breath. And when you're ready, if you want to, you can let your head come back. Opening up your throat, stimulating your endocrine system. Good, and gently bring your hips down onto your heels. And point your toes behind you as you come into a child's pose. Arms down along the sides. If this is difficult for you, you can place a bolster between your legs and lay over it. And you can also put a blanket between your thighs and your heels. Good. Then stretch your arms out in front of you. And take a deep breath, and as you exhale, creep your fingers out on the floor in front of you. Then hold on, and then inhaling. Feel your ribs move away from your spine. Deep breathing. See how much breath you can get into your body. Good. And then bring your hands around and let them rest on your back. Fingertips pointing toward your tailbone. Heels of your hands over your kidneys. Let your forehead rest on the floor. And see if you can breathe into your hands. See how much breath you can bring into your lower back and actually make the area expand with your breath. Good, long deep breathing. And gently come up. Bring your hands out in front of you. Turn your toes under and press yourself up and back into the down dog. And gently bring yourself forward and come down onto your tummy. Good. Let your hands rest under your chin. Take a deep breath and gently raise your left leg back behind you, pressing out through the ball of your foot, really energizing your foot. Keep your breath going. Good, deep breath, and release, and right leg, lift, keep both hips on the floor. Keep your breath going, keep breathing, good, and release, and then gently bring your chin down, reach back and grasp your feet. And press your heels down toward your buttocks. Feel the stretch in the tops of your thighs. Deep breath. Good. And gently begin lifting your feet toward the ceiling. And lift your chest. Roll your shoulders back. Arch. Deep breath. Opening up your body. Creating space, deep breathing, and gently release. Good. And gently bring your hands under your shoulders, turn your toes under, press yourself up and back, stretch back, bring your forehead down. Good, and gently come up. Roll yourself to one side of your feet, stretch your legs out in front of you and bring your knees up. Feet hip width apart. Deep breath. And rock back, press back through your spine, long arms, chin down. Inhaling, lift your chest. Exhaling, forward. And big inhalation at the top. Exhaling, roll back. Long, straight arms. Inhaling, lift your chest. Stay back there with your arms long and your back flat. And gently release your hands. Chin down. Deep breath. Good. Take a deep breath, and you can do any level of this upward facing boat pose. Start with raising one leg, breathing. And release. And the other leg. Keep breathing. Keep your chest lifted, your back flat. And if you want to, you can go to both legs up. Hold your legs behind your knees or behind your thighs. Raise them straight up. And if you want to, you can release your hands. Any level of the pose. Good. And bring the soles of your feet together. Draw them in and sit up straight. Deep breath. Chest lifted, back flat. Keep breathing. So keeping your back flat, shoulders rolling back behind you, leading with your heart. Start coming forward. Try to keep from bending in the middle. Keep as much space as you can between your belly button and your pubic bone. So back flat, lengthening forward. And only go as far as you comfortably can. Back away from your edge. Take a deep breath. And exhaling, release a little deeper. Inhaling, lengthen. Exhaling, release a little deeper. Inhaling, lengthen. Try keeping your back as flat as possible. And release. Come down as gently to the place of this gentle stretch as you can. And keep breathing. Good. Inhaling, coming up. And stretch your right leg out to the side. Bring your left foot in so you have a wide angle between your legs. Good. Turn your right hand, palm facing up. Bring your left arm overhead. Reach up. Lengthen the whole left side of your body. And as you exhale, slide your hand down your leg and grasp your foot and reach for your toes. Keep your right elbow moving toward the inside of your knee. And if you can't reach with your fingers, you can bring your hand right behind the back of your head. Deep breath. Keep your elbow reaching toward the ceiling. If your arm is bent, keep your fingertips reaching beyond your leg if your arm is straight. Long, deep breath. Good. And inhaling, bring your arm up. Let it bring you up. And reach forward in front of you. Walk your fingers out. Go to whatever level of the stretch is comfortable for you and stop. Take a deep breath, back off. Exhaling a little deeper. Keep your toes pointing straight up toward the ceiling. Your left leg relaxed and your right foot flexed. And breathe, stretch out. Good. Opening up your whole pelvic area, squeezing all the organs, squeezing the toxins out, bringing fresh blood into the area. Deep breath. And inhaling, start walking your hands back in. Good. And stretch your left leg out to the side. Bring your fingertips out in front of you again, chest lifted, and then bring your hands around behind you and lift your chest. See how straight you can make your upper body. Back flat. So sit up straight, feet flexed, toes pointing straight up, and then maintain that level of lift as you release your hands. And if that's your stretch, you stay right there. If you feel you can go further with your back flat, bring your hands out in front of you, chin up, keep a happy face, and keep walking forward. Only go as far as is comfortable for you. You're stretching big, heavy ligaments. So do it gently and consciously and breathe. Keep your breath going. So find your edge, back away, take a deep breath. Exhaling, walk a little further. Find a new edge. Good. And inhaling, start walking your hands back in. Bring your right foot in. Turn your left hand palm facing up. Inhaling, raise your right arm overhead. Deep breath, long stretch through your fingertips. And exhaling, stretch to the other side. Keep your elbow moving to the inside of your knee. Stretch and breathe. If you need to, bring your hand behind your neck. Keep your elbow moving up toward the ceiling. Crown of your head moving toward your toes. Deep breathing. Breathe yourself through your practice. Good. Another deep breath. And inhaling, bring your arm overhead again. Let it bring you up. Good. Stretch your legs out in front of you. And come forward on your mat. So hands resting on your thighs, feet together. Toes pulled back, chest lifted, back flat. Good. Inhaling, arms overhead. Deep breathing. And exhaling, reach out. Only go as far as you comfortably can. Again, find your edge and back away as you take a deep breath. Exhaling, release a little deeper. And find a new edge. Take another deep breath, back off, exhaling, release. So use your breath and your body to nurture yourself through the poses. And you'll find your edges move. Deep breathing. One more deep breath, and then inhaling, bring your arms overhead and sit up. Exhaling, bring your arms down. Good. And draw your right foot in and across your left thigh. Bring your left foot around to the outside of your hip. Take a deep breath, raise your left arm out to the side and wrap it around your knee. Inhaling, raise your right arm overhead. Reach up, long stretch from your hip all the way through your fingertips. Turn your hand to face behind you. And exhaling, lower your arm, bring your hand in right behind your tailbone. Inhaling, lift through the crown of your head. And exhaling, float your chin back over your back shoulder. If this is too much of a stretch for you, you can also do this pose with your bottom leg extended. Long, deep breathing. Inhaling, lifting and lengthening your spine. Exhaling, twist. And breathe. Good. Inhaling, raise your back arm overhead. Reach up. And exhaling, come back to center. And bring your upper knee down over your lower knee. So make sure your heels are out from under your hips. Chest lifted. Back flat. Good. And exhaling, reach forward with your chin, keeping your back flat. Only go as far as you comfortably can. One breath at a time. This is a good hip stretch, good hip opener. Reach forward under your chin. Long stretching. Good. And release down. Couple of deep breaths. Good, and inhaling, come up. Stretch your top leg, your right leg, around behind you. Toes pointing away from you. And lift your chest. Come into a pigeon. So your kneecap should be directly on the floor, your back kneecap, and this front knee can move out to the side to a point where it's comfortable, all the way up into a pose with your heel under your hip to support you, whatever your level of flexibility allows for. And lift your heart, shoulders back, long stretch on the front of the body again. Good, and exhaling, walk your hands out in front of you and release down. Long stretch, keep your back foot pointing away from you. Deep breathing. One more long deep breath, and then inhaling, walk your hands back in. And gently bring yourself back up again. Good, and release your back leg, bring it around. Rock back on your sit bones and bring your left leg over your right. Other side. Good, inhaling, bring your right arm out to the side. Make sure your left heel is out from under your hip. Take a deep breath and wrap your arm around your knee. Good, rotate your rib cage around so that the right side of your rib cage is headed for your inside of your thigh. And inhaling, raise your back arm overhead. Lift, lengthen. Turn your hand to face behind you and exhaling, lower your arm. Good, inhaling, again, lift through the crown of your head, lengthen, and exhaling, turn and look behind you. Keep your back shoulder dropping back, your chest lifted, inhaling, lengthening your spine, exhaling, twisting a little bit deeper into the pose. And breathe. Long, deep breath. Good, inhaling, raise your back arm overhead, take a deep breath. Exhaling, come back to center. And bring your left knee down over your right. Deep breathing, lift your chest, hands resting on the soles of your feet. And exhaling, reach forward with your chin. Come all the way down as far as you comfortably can. Keep your breath going. Good, inhaling, come up. Swing your left leg around behind you, upper leg. Stretch it out and come into a pigeon on the other side. Deep breathing. Keep your breath going, chest lifted, shoulders down. And gently begin walking yourself down. Good. Long stretch. Good, inhaling, walk yourself back in. Lift your chest. And swing your back leg around again. Draw your knees in and gently lay yourself down on the floor. One hand on each knee, roll your knees in circles. Give yourself a back massage. Wherever it feels the best, big circles, small circles. And then go the opposite direction. Good, and stretch your left leg out in front of you. Bring your right foot to the inside of your left thigh and let your knee just drop out to the side. And breathe. If you need to, you can put a blanket under your knee to help support it. Deep breathing. Good. Draw your knee in. Grasp it in front on your shin with both hands, and gently exhaling, bring your forehead toward your knee. Inhaling, release. Exhaling, curl up. Inhaling, release. Exhaling, curl up. And release. And stretch your foot up toward the ceiling, straighten your leg. Grasp your leg behind the thigh or behind the calf, or if you can reach your foot, take a hold of your foot. Bring your left hand out to the side, palm facing the floor. Take a deep breath, and exhaling, bring your leg out to the right. Deep breathing. Good, and inhaling, bring it back to center. Exhaling, lower your leg. Inhaling, bring your left foot to the inside of your right thigh and let your knee drop out to the side. Couple of breaths. Good, and inhaling, draw your knee up and toward your forehead. Curl up as you exhale. Forehead toward your knee. Release as you inhale. Exhaling, curl up. Inhaling, release. Last time, exhaling, curl up. Inhaling, release. And stretch your heel up toward the ceiling. Flex your foot. Grasp your leg behind your thigh or behind your calf, or reach for your foot. Right arm out to the side, palms facing down. Take a deep breath, and exhaling, bring your leg out as far as you comfortably can. Deep breathing. Try to keep your right hip down on the floor. Good. Long, deep breath. And inhaling, draw your leg back to center. And exhaling, release your leg. Good. Bring your knees into your chest and roll yourself back into a plow. Bring your shoulder blades toward each other. Interlace your hands. Deep breathing. Couple of long, deep breaths. And then gently bring your hands to your back and raise your legs overhead. And it's good to stay in this pose as long as you comfortably can. Inversions are really excellent poses for rejuvenation, for cleansing, and for balancing the whole body. So breathe deeply. Keep your breath going. Supporting yourself with your back, and there are alternative poses that you can do with blankets. Supporting yourself with blankets, supporting behind the back of your neck, under your shoulders. Good. Gently bring your feet back behind your head. Hands flat on the floor, and gently begin rolling yourself down. One vertebra at a time. Good. Stretch your legs out in front of you. Press your elbows down into the floor and roll your chest up toward the ceiling, letting the back of your head, the top of your head, rest on the floor. Bring your hands into prayer position over your heart. Couple of long, deep breaths. Deep breathing. Energizing for the thyroid. And gently release. Press your elbows down and release your body. Draw your knees in. Bring your arms out to the side, shoulder height, palms facing down. Take a deep breath. And exhaling, knees to the left. Inhaling, draw your knees back to center. Exhaling, knees to the right. Inhaling, back to center. And stretch your legs out in front of you. Bring your arms down by your sides, palms facing up. And take a long, deep breath. Inhaling deeply. Hold your breath for a few heartbeats. And then gently let your body release to the floor. And relax your feet and your ankles. Relax your calves and your shins, the backs of your knees and your kneecaps. Relax your abdominal cavity. And let all your organs settle into their natural places. Relax your groins and your thighs, your hips and your buttocks, your lower back and the back of your waist. And relax your spine from the tip of your tailbone through your lower back and your waist, up into your rib cage, between your shoulder blades, up into your neck and into the base of your skull. Relax your shoulder blades, the backs of your shoulders and the length of your arms. Relax your collarbones, your breastbone, your heart and your lungs. And relax your ribs and the muscles between your ribs. Relax your throat. Release your jaw. And let your skin be soft over your facial structure. Let your eyeballs drop back into your skull. Relax your forehead and your temples, your scalp, your hair, and the crown of your head. Gently wiggle your toes and your fingertips. Slowly draw your knees into your chest. Gently roll your head to the right side, letting your right ear rest on the floor. Take a breath or two. And roll your head to the left. Letting your left ear rest on the floor. And bring your head back to center. And gently roll over onto your right side and take 3 long, deep breaths. And bring your left hand across the front of your body to the floor and roll yourself over using both hands to unwind yourself to a comfortable seated position. Close your eyes. Take a long, deep breath. Draw it into your heart. Bring in health and vitality, fresh oxygen, and send it out through your respiratory system to every cell in your body, flooding it with vitality and health. And as you exhale, exhale any tension or toxins. Exhale your body into balance, into harmony and peace. And bring your attention to your heart, the focal point, the center of peace within you. And with every inhalation, bring yourself back into that place of peace. And with every exhalation, know that that's where your power is coming from. A centered, strong, healthy, vibrant woman, creating peace wherever she goes. Namaste. The most obvious benefits of yoga are increased strength and flexibility of your body, a calmer mind, and a more centered feeling in your heart. But yoga works on subtle levels as well. Yoga balances the endocrine system, which controls your body's production of hormones, and it calms the nervous system, reducing stress, which aggravates hot flashes. Yoga is a weight-bearing exercise which strengthens your bones and helps to prevent osteoporosis. It can massage the reproductive organs and ease pelvic congestion. It can relieve headaches, boost the immune system, reduce fatigue, and even out mood swings. The following restorative poses will relax, calm, and rejuvenate your body. To do a modified shoulder stand, bring your buttocks as close to the wall as possible and place a blanket under your shoulders right at the base of your neck. Lift your chest and walk your legs up the wall and support your hips with your hands. If you have a back problem, bend your knees. For a supported child's pose, roll up a blanket and place it between your legs. You can also place a blanket under your buttocks. Sit back onto your heels and stretch forward as far as you comfortably can, letting your head rest on the floor. Take a deep breath and relax. To relax in this restorative pose, place the bolster behind your shoulder blades. Allow your shoulders to drop back toward the floor, and allow your hips to drop down toward the floor. Breathe deeply and relax. To do a supported plow against the wall, place a blanket under your shoulders at the base of your neck. Then roll backwards until your feet meet the wall. Support your hips with your hands and breathe deeply. To relax in the lying cobbler pose, place blankets under your knees to support them, and another blanket under your back to release your neck. Relax in this restorative pose as long as you like. Regardless of the level of your yoga practice, you'll feel the restorative and calming benefits right away. Just an hour of yoga a few times a week is enough to make a difference. The benefits of a yoga practice have been demonstrated for over 5,000 years, and it works if you do it. By embracing menopause through yoga, you can find that place of peace and power within yourself and create the life you've always wanted. For more information on Yoga for the Young at Heart products, workshops, and vacation retreats, call us at 1-800-558-9642.